This is a special edition of Late Night Health. I'm Mark Allen. We're going to take a look at the health of the finances of our country. We're going to be speaking with Jean Chatzky, a best-selling author who now hosts the Everyday Wealth podcast and regularly appears on CNN and MSNBC. Jason Vanderloo is the co-chief client officer for Edelman Financial Engines, a wealth planning firm that helps 1.3 million people move their financial lives forward every day. I'm going to just throw this out to the two of you, and that is, are we okay financially? Is the United States okay, or are we in trouble?
I think it's one thing to look at the economy, and it's another thing to look at your own personal economy. And what this study does is to really take a deep dive into our personal economies and how we're feeling about them. This study from Edelman Financial Engines really looks at the intersection of life and money, and we took a deep dive in the research into a few areas that have been particularly troublesome for people this year. We looked at home buying, we looked at credit card debt, we looked at divorce, and the results were really interesting.
Do people really care about the finances of the country? And Jean, I'll throw this to you. Or are they really more concerned about themselves?
I think there's absolutely no doubt that they're more concerned about themselves. They care about the finances of the country when it comes to, will the country be able to pay me the Social Security that it's promised me? Will Medicare hold up? Will the markets hold up? That's a big concern. But I think people always focus inward.
Always about me. Jason, credit card debt has been on the rise over the last couple of years. Is it peaking? Has it stopped? Has it slowed down at all?
Mark, I think what we found in the study is we are buried in credit card debt, and we're concerned that it isn't slowing down. As a country, we now hold more than $1 trillion in credit card debt. We found in our report that Americans say that's the single biggest threat in our ability to build wealth and feel financially secure. And credit card interest rates are climbing too, north of 20%, sometimes pushing 30%. That's debt that will take years. For some, will take decades to pay off. And that's what gets in the way of buying a home, of building a nest egg, of feeling financially safe and secure.
And let's talk about buying a home. 7% interest rates. Wow. The days of 2% or less, are they behind us?
I think that what we're hearing from the Federal Reserve is that, they are behind us at least for a while, and people are feeling that. The research showed us that 45% of people said that the current real estate environment, which is not just high interest rates, it's inflation, it's very slim supply, has discouraged people from even looking. And a lot of people are feeling as if the window to buy a home has closed around them, including 50% of those people in their 30s, which is traditionally those first home years. So we're waiting for another opportunity to get a bite at that apple.
But even with that high interest rate of 7% or so, here in Southern California, where I am, homes are going for over asking price still.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm in the Northeast, and that's happening as well. And I think that is a reflection of the fact that there are just not enough homes to buy right now. And so many people have gotten burned by one bidding war or another that they're going in hot and making sure that they get that next home and figuring that they'll refinance down the road.
Jason, anything strike you as being unique in the report that came out from Edelman?
One of the things, Mark, that we found interesting was the impact of social media on the decisions we make with our money. I think we're in a new era of comparing ourselves to our friends, of keeping up with the Joneses. And we found in the research that more than half of Americans who use social media more than 3 hours a day, and if we're honest, many of us use social media more than 3 hours a day, more than half said that they spent more money than they could afford because of social media. They made a purchase they couldn't afford because of what they saw on TikTok, what they saw on Instagram. And yet social media is fueling this debt crisis and fueling this environment where so few of us feel financially secure.
Gene, you're a broadcaster, and Jason, you're a financial consultant. Do either of you spend that much time on social media?
I would say, and if you believe my iPhone that tells me how much time I spend on my phone every day, I don't think I spend that much time on social media, but I probably spend that much time on screens, if not more. And so I think the lesson is that we all have to watch it. And for me, the overarching lesson that came out of this piece of research was how much getting financial advice can really help. We found that about 3 in 4 people said that they are stressed about they are stressed less about their finances because they are working with a financial planner, and yet only 37% of people have taken the step of getting that help, of getting that advice. So to me, that says if you're feeling stressed about your money, get some help.
And let's turn to Jason. How do they get help from Edelman?
You can check us out at everydaywealth.com. We talk about these topics on our podcast every week. Gene hosts the Everyday Wealth podcast. Our financial planners join that podcast. And at everydaywealth.com, you'll find all of our advice and the opportunity to connect with a financial professional who can help you have that first conversation.
And if I ever appear on that show, I promise to shave and to comb my hair. Listen, guys, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. I'm Mark Allen. This is Late Night Health.